We got an email from Tanya. She's a client of ours.
Yeah, we wanted to share it with you because it was really great. And she says, Demir and Carrie, I feel like I would really benefit from having a morning routine. I've read so many articles about them online, but I don't know how or where to start. Are they all they're cracked up to be? And how do I create one for myself?
This is a killer question. Thanks for the question, Tanya. Yes, absolutely. Morning routines are totally what they're cracked up to be. But there's a catch. They can be insanely hard to start, even a small morning routine.
Totally. Hey, what's up guys? We're Demir and Carrie from Lifehack Bootcamp. So people assume that what's so special about morning routines is what is inside of the routine itself.
Yeah.
So meditation, exercise, writing, reading. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, like I have to meditate for it to be a morning routine. I have to journal. But, we're here to tell you something surprising, maybe a little bit controversial. Guys, what you do in your morning routine is a lot less important than the principles that you follow when you're putting together your morning routine.
Right.
And I know that's shocking, but it's actually sort of just advanced common sense.
Yeah, because someone who's making their bed and actually taking 5 deep breaths consistently each morning is probably doing just as good or even better than someone with a kind of cumbersome hour and a half long morning routine.
Yeah, an hour and a half long morning routine is hard to keep up, believe me. So in addition to telling you what's included in our morning routine, more importantly, we're going to tell you the set of principles that we teach our clients to create their own perfect morning routine.
Okay, principle number 1 is that your morning routine actually has to start the night before.
Yes, this is the number one way that we break people through who haven't been able to start a morning routine for years. We have them actually take steps to prepare for the morning routine when they go to bed the night before.
Right, so we've got to stop thinking about our morning routine as some sort of isolated magical event during our day.
Yeah.
Instead, we should just think of it as just one of many dominoes that fall one after the other during our day.
Yeah, when you think about not just your morning routines, but all of your productivity habits, all of your effectiveness habits, each one is linked to the one that happened before. So your morning routine is just a natural continuation of whatever state of mind and whatever state your body was in the night before.
Right, so if you go to bed directly after staring at your phone screen for like an hour, you're gonna wake up just as frazzled and anxious as you were when you fell asleep.
Yeah, but if you fall asleep with a clear state of mind and a clear intention, and you've got all your clothes laid out the next day, it kickstarts the next day with that minimal effort where it just feels natural to flow right into it.
So the question is, how do you clear your mind the night before?
Yeah.
And there's a variety of mindfulness exercises you can do in bed.
Yeah, I don't like to do unguided meditations. I listen to recordings, guided meditations that do deep breathing, body scanning. I just find it easier, and I definitely know it works. I get up the next day and I feel like I woke up on the right side of the bed.
Right, and that's the effect these sorts of guided meditations can have, is they allow you to consistently wake up feeling like, man, I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. So just a little tip for you guys. I literally bought a 99-cent app called Wake Up Refresh, which is just a guided meditation track from iTunes. And I listen to it almost every night, and I can really tell the difference between the nights that I listen to it and the nights I don't. And I actually think she can tell the difference too.
Okay, so principle 2 is to start impossibly small.
Yes.
And I'll be perfectly honest with you here. I always think that 8 a.m. Carrie is going to be way more ambitious than she actually is, right? I expect that 8 a.m. Carrie is going to be this superhuman version of myself who's going to run a marathon before breakfast, and that just never ends up being the case, ever.
Yeah. Now, I know a lot of people out there have the same problem. The size of our ambition is exactly what's sabotaging our execution. So you want to start small with your routine, but even smaller than that, start impossibly small. For beginners, we recommend starting just by making your bed in the morning, sit at the end of your bed and just take 5 deep breaths. That's it. Now, if you're still doing that 2 weeks later, sure, now we can expand it. We can do a longer meditation. We can add some push-ups, add some yoga, maybe some journaling. But it's about execution over time.
Yes, there are a million articles out there that give a magic number for how many days it takes to form a new habit, right? But in reality, the time it takes to form a new habit is directly proportional to the difficulty of the action being implemented.
Yeah, so if you're just trying to make a habit of having a glass of water every morning, you can make that happen in like 12 days. But if you're trying to make a habit out of an hour and a half morning routine where you're doing push-ups and jumping jacks and you're like running all around the neighborhood and then you climb to the top of a mountain and gather the dew from a little tree and put it into your green shake. I mean, I've seen the most elaborate morning routines and they don't work because the bigger your morning routine is, the longer it's going to take for you to make a habit. The best way to do it, start small and start linking it together like a chain. One link at a time.
Yes. All right, principle number 3, your morning routine should include a lot of elements that actually make you personally feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, morning routine is kind of like ordering Starbucks. It comes in all shapes, all sizes, all flavors. But there's actually a few consistent elements to most successful routines.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to boil these down to about 5 rough elements that make up personal morning routines. Element number 1 is to have a keystone habit.
Yeah.
A keystone habit is something that studies show actually increases our willpower and ability to do other things. So let me give you a simple example of a keystone habit. Making your bed in the morning. We don't know why, but people who make their bed in the morning are more likely to have willpower. They're more likely to resist things like smoking or eating bad things.
Yeah.
So actually making your bed in the morning is proven to be able to increase your discipline throughout the day, not decrease it.
And plus, it's an extremely easy thing to start doing every single morning.
And it feels good. It feels so good to look at your bed before you leave and it's made, and in the evening you come back and
it's made.
It's so good.
Okay, so the second element is meditation. So similar to the mindfulness practices we already suggested you end your night with, including a simple meditation in your morning practice has a bunch of physical and emotional benefits.
Absolutely. So it activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It slows your heart rate, it regulates your breathing, it decreases your blood pressure, it improves your circulation. And furthermore, guys, it's been proven that mindfulness rewires your brain to process things at a happier level and more analytically.
Yeah, so this helps clear your mind and create phenomenal focus and logical reasoning throughout the rest of your day.
Element number 3 in your morning routine is gratitude, an attitude of gratitude. Guys, expressing gratitude, whether it's written or verbal, guys, it's such a simple way to improve your mood and your mindset for the rest of the day.
Absolutely. Just taking the time, just a few minutes to express gratitude. I'm grateful for your partner, for a family member, for anything that's going on in your life, or even just journal about it, has been scientifically proven to be as effective as antidepressants in rewiring your brain away from anxiety and stress.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple. The way that we do it, it's so dead simple. We just wake up, we turn to each other, we say 3 gratitudes right there in bed, and then we get up. It's not fancy, but it really works. Element number 4 of your morning routine, do something physical.
Yes, physical routines are as effective for some people as mental routines are for others. And the most obvious physical routine is exercise, whether it's a super quick jog, maybe a yoga routine, or doing 50 push-ups.
Yeah, personally, I opt for a cold shower. I know that sounds super jarring, but it only takes a minute or 2 and your body completely adjusts to the cold. I literally count down 60 seconds because in 60 seconds, I'm completely adjusted. And this total physical invigoration really wakes me up, it clears my mind, helps me get focused for the rest of the day.
All right, element number 5 is to get your body ready.
Yeah.
So when you wake up in the morning, your tanks, they're on empty. So a really critical part of getting your body and your mind ready for the rest of your day is what you consume first thing.
Yeah, I recommend a high protein, low carb breakfast. It's very common, everybody recommends that, but it gives your brain awesome nutrients to munch on throughout the day. The other thing you need to avoid is high carby, sugary stuff. You want something that's releasing energy slowly throughout the day so that you don't get that crash or that constant hunger and that up, down feeling.
Yeah. I really enjoy drinking a glass of lemon water first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And this is proven to be more effective at waking you up and keeping you alert than coffee is. Yeah, and so don't get me wrong, we also love coffee. But we both have to have our glass of lemon water in the morning to get us going.
Okay, those were the elements of your morning routine. Now let's get back to your principles. Principle number 4, streamline, 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 streamline.
Yes. So once you've started a personal, simple, consistent morning routine, you're bound to want to add more stuff to it, right? You're going to start to get progress and you're going to want to add maybe, a full-fledged yoga routine or a cup of tea and an hour of journaling.
It's called morning routine bloat.
Yeah.
It just gets bloated. And all of these things begin to turn those 10-minute routine to a 25-minute routine to like a hour-long routine. And all of a sudden you're rushing to get 10 things done on time when you should be relaxing. It should be restorative and regenerative. But if it becomes stressful, you know it's starting to get bloated.
So if this is the case, then it's time to take a step back and reassess your routine. Because remember, the key is to keep it dead simple.
Absolutely. So just try to think of it in terms of going on vacation.
Yeah.
If you only have time to do 1 or 2 things in your current morning routine, what are the most leveraged things that would get you the most bang for the buck?
Yeah.
Find those, start there, stick with that for 2 weeks, and then see if you can add.
Yeah, and we like to say if you can't do your routine in a hotel room, then your morning routine is too complicated.
Absolutely. A lot of people say, oh, I travel all the time, but I can't do this very specific thing when I'm traveling in a hotel. It means your routine is too complicated. You should be able to do it anywhere in the world.
All right, and last but not least, principle number 5 is to accept that you will occasionally fall off the wagon. We all do. And it's important to accept that there's going to come a time when your morning routine just breaks down.
Yeah.
You might get a new job that starts earlier. Your kids might start a new school further away from home, or a million other things.
Guys, change is inevitable. It's part of the morning routine game. And it doesn't have to break, it can bend to fit your life. So the essential skill here is simple. It's just building and rebuilding the routine whenever it's necessary. So it's not about, oh my God, I fell off the horse. That's terrible. You're going to fall off the horse. It's about how quickly can you get back on, have the humility to step back in and assess when it falls apart.
Yeah, and so many people procrastinate on just starting a morning routine because they want to wait for the perfect circumstances to roll around when their week is just perfect and optimized.
But so much more important than having a perfect routine is having a routine. Just doing something. There's no perfect place to start.
All right, so don't miss out on downloading the sweet PDF worksheet that we have below that's going to help you identify a morning routine that will slay your day.
I love that. Slay your day. Comment below with what your morning routine is. We want to know and why it works for you. And if you have something that we didn't think of, we want to hear about that too.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the comments.